What's up, everyone? It's Matt Mrozek, A.K.A. MVM397, and the Mechanicore Deep Striker is completely pre-assembled. It's a big mofo, and it's pretty impressive. There's a few pieces that are on. I haven't built any of the thrusters yet. I'll do that like in one sitting when I get all the batteries and stuff. There's a few little pieces that aren't on just because they won't stay on, but these 98% pre-built. It's an impressive kit, as you can tell. Got this on a turn base here so you can kind of see it, but and I'll come in closer in a second. But got it all together, and as I said in my previous videos, I'm really impressed with this kit. For the most part, it went together really smoothly, with the exception of the head. And then last night I was up till about 2 a.m. working on this guy. I was trying to get these leg thrusters done, and I got one done, but I spent about an hour just trying to get it onto the kit here. And if you have any doubts on the sturdiness of this base, I can pick the whole kit up by the base, no problem. So the base is solid for anyone who's worried. So I'll come in closer here in a second, but I just want to kind of give you a 360 view of it. There's the back side. To me, one of the most impressive parts of the kit is this back, like, part of it. I don't know what you call it, but it's just really sharp looking. What was taking me so long, and I'll explain to you when I come a little closer, is the way the legs attach into the hip. They're angled down quite a bit like this, and I thought they should be angled up more a little bit, but there's no way to adjust them. They're not posable. And there's a lot of interference. There's so much going on that there's a lot of interference with things in the front of the kit. And let me come off the tripod here and try to explain that to you a little bit more. So, as I hand hold this, and it's a little shaky. Let me get a little more light on here so it can see better. There we go. So, there's a ton of stuff going on right here in this area of the kit. And after a long time of fussing with it, and literally the entire kit just about falling apart on me, I stopped because I was getting very frustrated and I was about to throw it against the wall. And I got online, I started looking at pictures to see how everything kind of interacted. So you have, let me get something to point with here. So you have, right here, this is the big thruster for the leg. Down in here is where the hip joint is, where it connects. This right here is actually the knee armor. It comes, in order for this to fit on there at all, you've got to open up the knee armor and get it underneath this part of the kit. Now this is, you can tell this is just blue tack. I think it'll be a little easier once everything's glued together and solid, but man, I was fighting with this. I was trying to put the legs on, the arm was falling off, this thing was falling apart, the leg was falling apart, and I was just like, oh man, I'm done. But after looking at some really close-up pictures online, I kind of figured out how everything had to interact and how it fit. So, and there's actually a part that has to go way back in here. So this little fin actually has to sit way back in there. There's no other, that's where it has to go. So it would have been nice if they allowed the legs to angle up and back to the back a little more. It would have created a little more clearance. So as far as issues with the kit, first being the head, and second, the legs, you can't adjust the angle of the legs and the hip. With some modification you probably could. I don't know if it would be worth it. It would be a lot of cutting and all sorts of stuff you would have to do to get that to work, but it's pretty cool. So, and then on the other side, there's a little bit of that hindrance going on, not too bad. So let me adjust my leg again. But again, you can see this is the knee armor right here. This is that front part where it has interference. So you have to open up that knee armor all the way and slide that underneath there in order to get it to fit. So if you guys are working on this kit and you're like wondering why the legs won't go on and all the interference, well, that's why the knee armor hits that pretty bad. I got the gun put together. And it's okay, it's pretty cool. It'll look much better when it's painted. It's all really one color and it's not very interesting right now. So, he's looking good. Pretty happy with him. Like I said, I'm hand holding this guy, sorry, so it's a little shaky. But once this gets paint on it, it's going to be really, really sharp. And I'm playing with the idea of just doing a clean paint job, but I don't know, I think with shading, it'll really, really stand out. Color scheme, probably be pretty standard. I'm going to change up a few of the colors on this kit. I'm not a real big fan of this tan that they have going on here. That's probably going to go some sort of metallic. I'll change that throughout the kit. The red on the plastic is more pinkish orange, and the decals, those bonus decals you get with the premium edition, tend to go on the pink side. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use those or not. And to be honest, they're actually really busy, and this kit is crazy busy as it is, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use those. I may sell them if someone's interested in buying them. Let me go kind of show you a little lower angle. So tonight what I did to finish this, getting this guy put together, is I finished the other leg booster on the other side, and I put together these guys right here, and those went together pretty smoothly. And yeah, there's some things that are just kind of barely hanging on right now because, like I said, nothing's glued. You can see where all the thrusters will go. Like I said, I haven't put any thrusters together. I'm gonna wait till I get all my batteries and stuff. But here's that stabilizer area, which I think looks really, really impressive. Really like the way that looks. And here's the back of the big sensor. I'm not sure what this is called. I'm sure someone does. Just kind of give you a little 360 view of the overall of this. I won't make this too long because you've seen most of it. Here's a view from underside. I don't know if I can get back up far enough really to see it all, but you really can't. But yeah, pretty cool. So the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to start breaking this down and fixing a few of the seams. The big one is on top of the cannon, which I pointed out the other day. It's going to go fuzzy for a second, guys, because I can't focus while I'm turning this. So the big, oops, I just knocked off a piece. So the big seam is, sorry. Trying to focus at the same time with one hand and adjust my light. It's right there on top of the cannon. Right in here. That's the big seam. And unfortunately, I really wanted to, I mean, I can still do it, just require masking. I really wanted to paint that part a different color. So if I do that off the mask, not the end of the world. I've done tons of masking before. That's the big seam. Another couple seams that really need to be fixed are, where are they? Oh, on this sensor that's on the hand. And it's not too noticeable, but on the inside of these gray pieces, there's a seam. So I'll probably fix those. They've done actually really good with seams on this kit. There's you could probably get away without fixing any of them. Like on the Canon, you could probably just turn that into a panel line. You'd probably be okay. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and fix it. In order to do that, you have to install the LED first and the wire. And then you have to mask that off, you know, for painting and stuff, but it's pretty blaring. There's a seam right there. So we're gonna fix that. It's alright, I'm using my Canon DSLR for filming. The video quality's better and I can record longer, so one thing you're probably hearing is me focusing when I move that focusing ring, so sorry about that. But here it is. So if you have any questions, throw them my way. I can probably answer them for you since I know this kit really well now. It's a ton of pieces. It's basically the equivalent of probably 2 perfect grade kits as far as parts counts. Master grade kits, depending the kit. Let's say let's compare it to a Sazabi master grade kit. Probably 4 Sazabis easily. So lots and lots of parts. I'm changing the color of the frame. I don't like the gray. I'm going to probably change it to one of my standard colors. I like to use is steel. I just really like it. It's a nice metallic. So I'll probably do that. And all that detail I was pointing out in my first few videos, that's really, really nice. Well, it's all covered up by the armor. So unless you plan on making the armor, you know, removable or display it half on, half off, you really don't have to do a lot of detailing on the kit because it's all hidden. And to make this kit so where you could take the armor on and off, I mean, it does come on and off, but if you were to display it that way, like half on, half off, that'd be a nightmare because it's just so tedious getting this thing together. I'm going to go back on the tripod here, and then that way I can be in focus and all that stuff. But yeah, so all that lovely detail that I was pointing out in our first few videos, especially on the frame, is all hidden. You really don't see it. But there it is. Pretty impressive. Nice kit. Get it if you can. Like I said before, that's a great shot right there. Like I said before, the price keeps going up on it, so get it before they stop making them and people start selling them for $1,000, which could happen because it's really a really killer kit. I was looking at the G System Deep Striker today just to kind of compare, and I tell you what, it has nothing on this kit. It looks puny. The details are not nearly as good, and it's all resin, so it'd be a monstrous heavy ass thing. So not that this is light, but it's plastic, so it's just, you know, you're not dealing with all the issues that resin has as far as weight goes. Oh, there's a seam right here I'll probably fix, and there's a seam right there I'll probably fix. What they did for a lot of the seams, they do what I do because I'm lazy, is they made a lot of the seams panel lines. So it's already molded as a panel line, so it just saves you, you know, from having to do anything with it. But there it is. There's the Mechanicore 1/100th Deep Striker. Really nice kit. It's all snapped together. I may or may not do painting videos. Those are hard to do because it's hard for me to paint while I'm looking at the camera, and I'm not set up for that, but a lot of people ask for it, so I may try to do that. It'd be the same process as I do in any other kit: priming, base coat, shading. This would just be a lot more of it. So anyway, if you have any questions, throw them my way. Thanks for looking as always. It's Matt Mrozek, A.K.A. MVM3897, signing off. So, oh, I did want to point out one thing. Sorry. I was talking about gimmicks the other day, or last night, whenever that was. And one of the really nice detailed areas of the kit is this front landing gear. And this is completely posable. The pistons move and everything. As well do as the feet down here. So these would be the feet of the XS Gundam, but they've been opened up to be transformed into the Deep Striker. So, like, here's the sole, here's the heel. Those are movable. So you have a little bit of posability there. That's really about it. And of course the arms are posable. The gun, it's not like a master grade kit. There's no notch in the hand. So basically the gun is just kind of sitting there and his hand is laying on top of it. Now there's a nasty seam on the scope here that needs to be fixed. You can see it right there. So that'll get fixed. But